this is the conclusion of the project. What I'm doing here is I've got the bell that I brought in, and today's actually the project that started on Thanksgiving Day was to rewrap the striking uh, handle. I don't know if it's called a beater or a striker or something like that. The original was this old leather that had been aged over time and got really too hard, and I didn't really like it anyway. And so my brother-in-law gave me some of this softer leather, and it seemed more flexible and easier to wrap. We tried a few versions of it, some with cotton in it, like a lot of cotton, and then a little less and a little less, and we figured out that the cotton was just absorbing too much of the striking force, so you had to hit it with some gusto. And so the original piece that I had, which was this, was cut from these, which had embrittled over time, but it had batten inside of it that I thought would I could mimic with the cotton balls, and it turns out it's just not necessary. There's so little. It's like a millimeter thick. It's of no consequence to have this. So with the new leather from my brother-in-law and a few simple tools, a bowl for actually two different bowls, a 7.5-inch bowl for the leather, and then another bowl for the actual pattern for where I punch holes. And this is a leather punch, and you could do belt loops and or belt buckle holes if you lose weight or gain weight or whatever. You use something like this, and of course scissors and needle nose pliers, and some what I liked was this waxed thread. So when it gets hot or as you're tying it, it kind of cinches on itself. It's less likely to untie, and that's what I used at this end and at the hanging end. And so the story about these bells, I designed these when I was 27 or 28 years old, and I had these. I made these, and I let them age in the weather in Arizona where I live, and there's not much weather in Arizona, so it took a long time to get this really deep textured patina or rust on it. And I just wanted to incorporate the idea of the arc and the circle. This has a lot of Eastern philosophy motifs throughout. And so what we saw the Thanksgiving Day was the hope that I could try to make those other leather pads work, and they didn't. And it took me until today, Sunday, December 1st, to actually get the materials, cut it, and make this happen. If you've watched this far, you've seen the progress plus the time lapse, and now this. And I made 3 bells of this size and 1 larger bell that I have at my house, but the 3 bells go to my mother, my aunt, and my sister, and each bell is unique. And thank you for watching. This is it. I don't know what to call this other than like a Zen bell or Ben bell or something. I have no idea what to call this. It's just a gift to people I love. Bye bye.